at all in game number 1, but certainly was able to navigate that lane okay despite the loss. Now we're going to see the Vayne being banned away here by MVP. Could this mean that the Kai'Sa is going to be played for the first time by Pilot?
That is something that we frequently see Hybrid pick up, the Vayne into the Kai'Sa. Here's the big pick for him. It's a very good pick if you're against a Morgana spot as well, but Morgana not irrelevant as it was banned away on the red side. So that we could just see Kai'Sa added to all the tanks, and we saw Kingzone be able to wield a comp like that before. Another engaged support is banned away, this time in terms of the Leona. Wonder if we'll see Azaya on the side of Ever8 winners. What's the final ban here from MVP?
Is the Tahm Kench going to be banned away
Would
last
they
time?
consider a Lucian ban? Because Lucian Braum is actually how Ever8 qualified for this by winning the final with Lucian Braum. It is a riskier choice, shorter range AD carry. The Kai'Sa so far available. Let's see what it means for MVP. So they're probably going to first pick AD carry in the next round.
Yep, Ever8 playing with fire here a little bit if they leave it up, but the Tahm Kench is going to be the option here. I had a feeling that maybe one of these more tanky supports is going to be taken away, but that leaves the Kai'Sa available for Pilot with none of that pesky Vayne to deal with from Hybrid as well, and that's going to be the lock. So Ever8 winners, we'll see what their composition is going to look like now without the option of going for the Caitlyn, which certainly did work out well in lane in game number 2. The Varus also did a decent job in the laning phase, but couldn't keep up with what Hybrid was able to do. And now, shoes on the other foot, Hybrid has to figure out what the option is into the Kai'Sa.
I loved Lucian Braum into Xayah Rakan in the grand final match, and there's a lot banned away, so it could be a rollback of the Lucian Braum, even though no one else is playing it around the world. A lot of other choices could be considered here. The Varus, for example, available. The Ezreal will be safety as well. I think they need damage,
Jinx.
Atlas. They need damage from somewhere. The Jinx will be something different. Be a hyper carry matchup. See them loading up here for this final lock, and it will be the Jinx.
And Braum Jinx is such a fun combo as well, given that minigun just does such high attack speed. You can proc the concussive blows very, very easily. We've spoken about this many times before, but the long-range follow-up from the AD carry, if the Call of the Forge God lands, if the Elastic Slingshot lands, his team fights could be really, really dangerous for MVP. But Max, he's found himself a support with Engage. Is Alistar left available? And Alistar Kai'Sa, it's a lane that you don't scoff at all. We saw Gorilla and Prey actually playing it out beautifully in the grand final. MVP have set themselves up nicely, and Ian going to be, for the first time here on the LCK stage, debuting as Swain. We know that he's been playing a lot of it in solo queue.
Question for Ever8 winners to win a team fight is, how do you kill the first person? Because the front line is absurdly tanky. The Alistar is the only person with true backline threat. So actually, Ever8 say, this Jinx is probably going to live a while. But if the front line goes down first, if they're
trying to get the dash to come in here, good follow-up, as the flash will have to be used if he wants any hope of getting out, but I don't think there is any.
Oh.
He is going to flash there. Slow was down, but I don't think so. It is going to be Wufei under the turret at least, but ADD has enough to take a couple of turret shots, and he's going to be fine. First blood going top lane for MVP.
Probably a second away from having the Bellows Breath and having another shield under the turret, but they get the kill. Nice gank timing from beyond.
Turn up though. It's only level 5. Sun gets himself over, and that was his own flash that he had to use. Didn't pick one of those up. The fancy area, as there's the Chilling Smite going down, as Kuma is going to get the bonk back on both of the members of MVP. Burnt down by Sun as he'd managed to pick up the Ignite. He puts that one on and grabs the kill.
That was Ignite just straight up. He brought it with the unsealed spellbook in this game. They get the kill. Nicely done.
I actually don't think he started off with that. Confused the heck out.
It was Kai'Sa. Very, very hard to do, and good damage coming around from the Jinx from long range. Meanwhile, the Jinx, there's not a lot of backline threat. But we already mentioned it's hard for her to kill her first person and get the movement speed to be slippery herself. The team fight's going to be very interesting to see. I just think Kai'Sa's going to have a harder time than usual.
Yep, I think it's going to be a bit of a problem, as here's the fight. Oh, there's the smite coming in from Kuma as well, who's broken up this fight. Wufei coming in a little bit late, though, means that the Jinx is certainly going to fall down. 4-man knockup comes in, but now there's just no follow-up. A double kill for ADD's MVP. Get themselves ahead. They lose the Dragon. But are they going to lose any more after this? Ever8 winners, because Wufei...
A couple players who've been in the system around the top level, but haven't seen play.
Yep, that's another steal to come in from Kuma, though, and does land the Stretch Armstrong. Trouble Bubble comes in as well as Demonic Extension. It is there, but Beyond is blocking it. Bloblets are going to fly out. Everett, just not as many options
it's
now.
Pilot!
Yeah, there's the killer instinct, and Pilot, he wants to grab one, gets it easily. MVP off to a great start. Seemed like they needed a warm-up, Papa, but Everett winners not able to get the work done in the early game this time around.
Zoe trying to play the items with the early Ludens, but that's what happens when you're early first pick Zoe against tanks. It's 4 tanks on the side of MVP. Beyond walks in front of the Paddle Star. No damage registered onto Ian. And then, unfortunately, his jungler's too far up because there's nothing Zoe can do when she's fighting in close quarters.
Everything landed absolutely perfectly from Kuma, just unfortunately didn't manage to do the damage count.
On the back end, Swain can use all her abilities. The Zoe can use none. So many abilities that actually form hard crowd control that allows the killer instinct to come in. Easily cleaned up by Pilot. The bot lane roam of a Kai'Sa to mid lane is underrated because of the engage range if those plasmas ever register. And this is why it's hard to wield the Zoe. I think Zoe's a very tricky champion to actually make work as in this game. That is the sickest defensive kidnap I have ever seen.
It was so good. Hops on over, gets himself out. Now Lucifer getting some value with this Unbreakable. Yeah, wants to try and get himself out, but nope. Beyond is in there with the Glacial Prison, and now Pilot able to get heaps of damage back. Charges up as in he goes. Okay, wow, the Killer Instinct is in there. The answering heal to make sure the Pilot gets in the right position. He's going to connect the arms, but otherwise, he wanted to position
still
himself.
Interrupting.
In fact, yeah, he's going to get down
Here
there,
go.
but here's the
Holy
fight.
crap.
Oh, God, Zoe explodes. Was Sun even there? I'm not entirely sure. Started off in the Death Chamber by the time the Observer made it over, and that is not a slight... But Gathering Storms, not going to be super relevant this game, because it's 30 minutes in. And Everator on the ropes, and now the dive is coming in. Glacial Prison is great from Beyond on the front line. Kuma, he explodes. What the heck damage was that? He got 2-shot from Pilot. Might have been the Acathian Rain that just hit all on top of the Zac. But he's taken out. Demonic Ascension was utilized, and the Demon Flare's there for Ian, but now has worn off. MVP still going for this fight, though. Call of the Forge God comes down. Everett winners. A double knock-up into the backline, but now massive Killer Instinct launches the Kai'Sa into the backline, and Wufei, he's going to fall down. Sun, I mean, he's trying to do what he can. He's got flashes, he's got options, but he doesn't have a Nexus anymore. The comeback, successful from MVP. They only need to win one more time over the next few days of the tournament to get back into the LCK.
The expectation pre-tournament was the MVP would find a way to get back in. And with this victory, Game 2 and Game 3, love the adaptations. The Game 3 draft of offering up Sun Zoe as tribute and then answering it compositionally was a treat to watch. Great series for MVP after a roadblock at the start, and the veteran status team able to steady themselves after a difficult loss, close out the series. That means we won't see MVP again today. They will go on to the winners best of 5 in 2 days' time.
Yeah, they're going to be playing on Thursday. Best of 5 series to promote into the LCK. The losing team on the Thursday will then play again the following Sunday, and that will be the final team that wins out. It's going to head towards the LCK as well. So exciting times, but sad times to come in for our final match. Everett winners are going to be moving towards that losers match at the end of the day. Still some smiles on their faces, though. You can see that Everett